Today we are going to do second lesson of your book Flamingo, and this lesson name is Lost Spring, and the name of the writer is Jung. She writes about the stark poverty prevailing in India. We talk about so many things, but the ground reality you find here in the book. In the book, you come to know about two main characters, and there are 3 4 side characters. So generally big questions, they are of Sahib Alam and Mukesh. Sahib Alam is a boy who is just an acquaintance of the writer. Because writer goes to the place quite often, and when we see in the beginning of a story, we come to know that she is meeting Sahib Alam. He is a rag picker, and name of the place where she is meeting is outskirt of Delhi, Simapuri. People like us will never go there. Our garbage goes there. If you go there by the side of ring road, you will see mountains of garbage. And this mountains of garbage, it is gold for these people. Here in this story you have a very prominent phrase, garbage is gold. Sometimes this also comes for explanation. How can you say that garbage is gold? let us know it. When Sahib Alam is going to that dumping site where you find so much of garbage is there, he goes for getting the things he can use. Sometimes he also gets coins. These rag pickers, they are scrounging there. They are trying to find out, they are choosing, they are trying to take out the things which they can use or they can sell to the junk dealer. So first when this writer is going to the garbage site, she is talking to these rag pickers. Some of them are putting on shoes and some of them are not putting on anything. And if you talk to people why these people are not putting anything, many of them will say it is just a custom, they don't want to put on the shoes. But that is not so. The reality is they cannot afford to put on shoes. When they are wearing, sometimes they are wearing shoes which are thrown away by rich people or common people. So there are references when one boy is asked, why are you not putting on shoes, by the writer. And the boy is saying, my mother is not giving me slippers, my mother is not giving me shoes which I have. What kind of shoes, what kind of slippers they are having? Slippers which are discarded by the people, thrown in the garbage. Shoes which are thrown in the garbage, in the dustbins. These rag pickers, they pick up these shoes. Sometimes their parents, they pick up these shoes and slippers, and they themselves and their children, they are putting on these shoes and slippers. So that is the main reason the boy doesn't want to put on those slippers, offered by his mother. And there is one reference that one boy is praying in front of a temple for a pair of shoes. Then you find the same boy praying again to the Lord or God or deity of the temple that he should not lose those shoes. See, shoes are so important for these poor children. Then after some time writer again goes and the boy is Sahib Alam. You may be knowing the meaning of the name Lord of Universe. See, this is the irony. This is the contrast. Name is Sahib Alam, and what is he doing? Picking up the garbage, having plastic bag on his shoulders. That is the first meeting. And in that meeting, she is asking Sahib Alam, suppose if I will open a school for you, will you go in the school for study? And he says yes. And in the second meeting, when he asks the writer whether she had opened the school, she cannot say anything. But this boy doesn't mind. Why? Because every time people like writer, they are coming into their juggies, in their slums, in their shanty homes and promising, we will open a school, we will care for you, but only promises are promises, they are not meant to be fulfilled. This is the beauty of promise. And he is found putting on tennis shoes, and nearby children, they are playing tennis. There is a park also where children play, and when no children, there is nobody, no child is playing in that park, security guard of the place sometime allows Sahib to go and play on the swings, and he is saying it joyfully. So, and the tennis shoes he got are the shoes discarded, or you can say thrown away by some rich boy. One boy must have thrown away because it has got a hole. But even a shoe with a hole is a liberty for children like Sahib Alam. And in the second meeting, he is telling that now he has left rag picking and he is working in a tea stall where he is getting some money, I think 800 rupees per month, and meals means food. But he is not happy. Why? Because he has lost his freedom. Now his life has become mechanical. He is required to go daily to the tea stall. At present, he was going to milk booth for taking milk, having one iron canister for milk, I think. That is not given in the story. So there you find first story is ending, or first character you find Sahib Alam. So this is given, and this is the first question for you. There are many questions there, but first question, character sketch of Sahib Alam. How his name is in contrast with him. Sometime question about these people not putting on shoes, whether it is custom or they cannot afford. Sometime explanation of the phrase garbage is gold, because from garbage they get so many things for use, and their parents also do the same thing. Many things they get to use to make shelter for themselves, sometimes for selling to the junk dealer. Then there is second story, story of Mukesh. And this story is of place named Firozabad in Uttar Pradesh, a city that is famous for Bengal making and glass industry. And if you go to the city, I happen to go many times, famous for pollution, so much of pollution and so much of traffic jam. So here the Mukesh, this boy Mukesh is there, and writer is meeting Mukesh and asking Mukesh what you want to do. And Mukesh says, I want to drive a car. He is a different boy. He doesn't want to become a Bengal maker. His father, his grandfather, they were making bangles. But he doesn't want to. And here you find writer Anish Jung, she is going to Mukesh. Then Mukesh takes her to his house. You cannot say a house, just an arrangement, 4 walls and a roof, and just they had managed to cover their head. They are one of the lucky ones to have their own house. There she enters the house, and Mukesh opens a wobbly door. Wobbly means not in proper shape, just with foot he is opening the door because he knows there is nothing to stop the door. Who would go there for taking anything? Nothing is there. And there we find one frail. Frail here means a thin, skinny. You cannot see flesh on her body, very less. A thin woman cooking something. I think spinach she is cooking. It is good for iron we know in our body. It is very cheap also. She is cooking and see when writer is going she smiles politely at the writer to welcome her. She is daughter-in-law, or you can say elder brother of Mukesh. She is wife of elder brother of Mukesh. So here in the house you find Mukesh, his elder brother, his father, his mother, grandmother, I think 5, 6 members are there in the house. House means shanty house, temporary arrangement you can say. But they have a shelter. And their father of Mukesh, once he was a tailor, then he started making bangles. He lost his eyes, very less he can see. Same way, his father, or you can say grandfather of Mukesh, same fate. Mother of Mukesh and grandmother, they are telling their stories, how poor they are, how they just manage to get some food every day, not complete food. And they said it is their destiny. But here you find Mukesh, he is not accepting that destiny. He wants to drive a car, he wants to learn to repair car. He wants to become mechanic. When the writer is saying, how will you do so? He is saying, I will do anyhow. The garage is away from my home, but still I will do. She also tells, why you not want to become a pilot? Why don't you want to fly an aeroplane? And he just smiles. Because he knows she is making fun. But he doesn't mind. These people, they don't mind anything. and he says only no, he wants to become a car driver only, car mechanic only. So that's the story where Mukesh is telling his desire or wish or anything you say, aim, ambition. Then there is one more character, Savita. She is a girl who is soldering the bangles, a faded yellow color dress she is putting on. Mechanically, very fast. She is soldering the bangles. She doesn't know the sanctity, what is the sanctity of these bangles, how these people all over the world they are putting these bangles for their husbands, because she is not married, but writer is saying when she would get married, when she would put on henna, when she would put on dress for the wedding, then she would come to know. So that is also another character, Savita, who is soldering bangles. So please don't get confused with the character of Savita with that daughter-in-law who is there in the house of Mukesh, wife of elder brother. She is different character. This girl is a different character. So when writer is listening to this stark poverty stories of these people, she is telling, why don't you people make a cooperative, a kind of union? And Mukesh is telling, this is very painful story, painful part of the story you can say, that all these politicians, policemen, middlemen, sahukars, those people who are lending money to them, money lenders, they have made a vicious circle that has trapped all these people and they cannot get away. If they will do anything, they would be beaten up by the police. So this question also comes sometime. Vicious circle of poverty they are trapped in, these people of Firozabad. So here you find 3-4 questions. You listen to this, and most of the questions you can answer, and you can also post your question in the comments also. I would be also writing about the characters in the comments, so you can go through there also, because this video would be long, then it takes so much of time in uploading. So that's all for today. Rest of the thing I would be writing in comments, there also you can see, and any question if you want to ask.